I'm just like I'm just running out of you know I'm just running out of emotions at this point, when all I'm feeling is just misery, unhappiness, just like I feel like all the joy that I've had is just being sucked out of, man. I just can never get a break anymore. I just can't. I mean, there apparently was just another misunderstanding, and I thought I had already made it clear about, this appointment thing, and now all of a sudden it's like I got in trouble for it, but ultimately that just starts with me, because I forgot about the other appointment I had, and it's just it's just like I'm just tired of getting yelled at. Okay, yeah, a lot of it is because of the mistakes that I made that were just they were just rookie mistakes, and this is another classic case of a rookie mistake. I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, I already said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. After what happened toward the end of March, since then, I just feel like I can't, I feel like I haven't really gotten myself a break, because it's just one uncharacteristic mistake after another. It's one uncharacteristic mistake after another. It's just that bad. And to this day, it's still just that bad. Like, I don't know why, man. Like, I had another family member to just come home late last night, and all of a sudden, it's like another bad mistake. I don't know why it's always like that. I always end up having another bad mistake. It's one bad mistake after another toward that one family member. I don't know what it is. Does this happen with anyone else? It used to not be like that for me. Now all of a sudden it's like it's one bad mistake after another, and then I just can't get a break anymore. My life sucks, man. My life just sucks. With already so much that's happening in my life, at home, at work, where I'm just doing nothing. I'm gonna tell you right now, my workplace has already wrecked me mentally, to the point that I can't even get my own home issues out of my head. Now let me just this video is just about making the comparison here, because I want to state the difference between when there's certain things and certain people that get into your head. You try to find a way to overcome some of those, overcome the adversity of the issues or the people that that have given you a hard time. You know what I mean? So look, man. Like, I remember that when I first started my workplace, it was obviously back in 2012, up to this very day. Ran through the red light, bro. You're lucky the police wasn't even behind you. Anyways, yeah, dude. On my first year, I remember working with Rico, who was the lead graphic designer. He got me the job. I already know how that went. I don't have to even repeat myself on how I got hired. So I got in, and it was like I was going through so many growing pains with my role, and especially because not only was it my first ever career job, supposed career job, but it's also my first time in a real workforce. say what you want about Knott's Berry Farm. Yeah, it's still a job, but it's not really considered a real workforce at the time, unless I'm working as an accountant. That is not a park services attendant like I used to work at. But to be in an office, that's you can argue that's considered a real workforce job. But I think all of them are real workforce jobs. Let's just put it that way. But I'm just saying, it's like my first ever career job, my first ever office job, and all that. I get all that, right? So I'm just of this mindset that like whenever something gets into my head, like my workplace, it's supposed to be a good thing. And look, what I mean is, I remember what I had to go through with Rico, and it was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of bad mistakes here and there, a lot of miscommunications, and I was notoriously being called out and yelled at for what I have done wrong. And that's how my workplace got into my head. That's how Rico got into my head. So my thing is, coming home, it's like the workplace is getting to my head, and I needed my home was then like it was peaceful, and I needed the peace away from it. I'm always been told, hey, leave everything at work. Work is work. Leave everything at home. And I was still a rookie then. I was still going through a lot of ups and downs, and especially after that one misunderstanding, after we did that Centerpoint logo project. That's when Rico and I didn't talk for like the first couple of months and a half, right? But here's the thing. I still had no choice but to come in. Yeah, I'll admit I was job hunting around that time, but the problem is I don't have enough graphic design experience at the time, so I had to put up with it. But you know what? It was a good thing that that I stayed, and knowing that I was gonna get better, because that is something that I can fix myself. As far as being a better employee and being a better graphic designer, less mess ups, all that, earning the trust of guys like Rico, guys who I work with, and all that. That's an opportunity to satisfy myself, and to satisfy my needs of being a better graphic designer, and just so I can fully turn around my life and see light, because I'm a better worker like that. When something like that gets into my head, I'm gonna find an opportunity to make it better. Now, concerning what's happening at home, on the other hand, now all of a sudden, like, fast forward to this year, it's the opposite now. Like, it's not my dump anymore. I already know how bad it's been, that even if I were to get called out for such buffoonery that I've ever done, even just recently, like my home is, it's never gonna change. I'm talking about my workplace. It's never gonna change either way. It's still gonna be what it is, But when it comes to home, that now is getting to my head with all the issues that I'm facing. But here's the difference, and here's the crystal clear difference. I don't have any control of what's happening in there. Regardless of how many times I tried this and that, like, at the end of the day, I don't have any control over what's happening. The grandmother dilemma, and all these things that is just, and it's not just this year. I've had to deal with this the past few years. It's why I couldn't go out that much last year. On the weekends, a lot of cleaning up, this and that, no matter how hard I wanted to try to help them, but at the end, it's still, these same problems still occur. Even a full fridge. So this is different because while all these home issues, and especially with certain family members that they get into my head too, it's like look, man, no matter how hard I try, I just don't have the opportunity to make things better. And when it doesn't get better, like, I can only control what I can control. And that's just a sad reality, because I wish I could, like what I did with my role as a quote-unquote graphic artist, I was able to overcome all those obstacles and the bitterness. I can do that myself to earn the trust of my coworkers around me. And I can't gain the trust of my family like that when all these problems are happening. And look, you can probably argue like all the mistakes that I made, like these uncharacteristic mistakes. It's like at the end of the day, these problems, like, I just can't get a break, dude. And I don't know. I just don't know what it is. Like, it's one mistake after another, and I feel like, I don't know. Is it just like a curse? Like a certain person is just a curse or something? Like, I mean, help me out. I don't want any of those guys to see me as like a nemesis. Or I mean, like, I don't want to end up looking at any of them like a nemesis. I'm trying to be a better person, but the thing is, at the same time, these are the issues that I'm dealing with day after day, and for the past few years. Nothing has changed. I can only change myself, and get this, man. I just really wish I had to vent, and I'm definitely venting. And guess where I'll vent to that? One of those group chats that I'm in, it's the one that has the 6 people on it. There's 7 of us, right? Guys like it's the one that had Nathan, Russ, Carlos, Abbas, Julio, and Neil. Except I haven't really unblocked Russ and Carlos yet. As much as I love those guys, I'm just not ready to talk to them still. There's only certain people I want to like communicate with at this time, and I no disrespect to guys like them and Dewey and but yeah, it's just it's just been a like, I had to vent, man. Where else was I gonna do it? And I'm seeing Julio pretty soon, man. It's just like, I figured I had to bring him back into my contact list, knowing that I'm gonna see him pretty soon. And it's like I don't know what to do, man. Like, people are still gonna see me like I'm just weak because of all these mistakes that I've made. I'm tired of it, man. And this is what happens when I'm still in this workplace, dude. I just can't get, like, I'm trying to get the hell out of there, and I just can't right now. There's just so many problems left and right. I have the worst problems of everyone right now. I'm talking about this recent time. I'm not talking about in general. I don't care what anybody thinks. Anybody that's listening to this video, if you feel a certain way, well, guess what? I don't have any qualms firing back, right? I'll tell you what I feel, and I don't care if you disagree. Anyways, I'm gone, dude. I with the way things are for me, I just can't see myself like seeing light right now, because right now I'm still full of darkness, point blank period. So it is what it is. I just want to make that comparison, of how I'm able to overcome all the obstacles while this workplace I'm in, going to right now, got into my head, versus at home where these issues have been going on for a long time and I just can't be able to solve them. Like, at this point, like, I just really need to move out. Anyways, peace.